Hey everybody, I am Dr. Cari and I am here today to talk to you about movement because movement, it plays such an important role in our health. And as you know, I want you all to be vibrant and healthy and living the lives of your dreams. So let's talk about movement and why it's so important. Many of us think of movement and we think of, cardiovascular exercise, things that strengthen the heart muscle. Maybe we think of lifting weights. But I want us to understand on a deeper level why movement is so important for the body, because it might change how often you move and it might also change the type of movement that you do. So the first thing that we all know is that we've got this heart in our chest and it's pumping. And what that heart is doing is it's pumping blood out to all the cells in our body. Super, super important. That blood that has oxygen-rich blood that is going out, that red blood, is what's nourishing everything in your body. And if your cells aren't getting that oxygen, then they're going to age and die. If that oxygen is not getting to your brain cells start to die. It is an emergency situation to the body if we're not getting blood to our brain. And it is why if our blood isn't circulating well, we will faint, because when you faint, your head gets lower and you will end up getting blood to your brain. So we need blood to our brain. Very important. Our heart is taking care of that. We want to take care of our heart. Great reason to make sure that we're getting some movement in there and getting that heart muscle working, because it is a muscle. And let's face it, our lifestyles have really changed over the last 100 years. We used to do labor. We don't do labor anymore. Most of us don't even clean our houses anymore, right? So we get up in the morning, we take out our food. Maybe we're eating food that's been prepared. Hopefully not prepackaged. Maybe we, cook a little something. Maybe we're just doing some cereal. Then we get dressed, we get showered, we get in our car, we walk to our car. Then we get in our car, we sit down, we drive to where we're going, get to where we're going, we walk in, and most of us sit down again, and then that's where we sit until lunchtime when we get up, walk to the snack room or the food place, eat some food, come back, sit back down, and go back at it, right? That is not what these bodies were designed for. So what does that lifestyle do to us? It not only makes our heart get weaker, it also does a lot of other things. So you've got the vascular system. It affects many systems in the body. You've got the vascular system, which is the arteries and veins. Arteries are what carry the blood out. Veins are what carry the blood, that once the oxygen has been removed from the blood, carries it back to the heart to get reoxygenated, and it does this circle. The heart is pumping in your chest and it's pushing the blood out everywhere. But to get it back, it's the pressure from the heart, but also your veins have little valves. So the circulation goes out, it goes into the venous system, and then it moves up, and a valve holds it in place and moves up and holds it in place. Movement helps that process, because when your muscles are squeezing, you are helping that process by squishing the blood, the venous blood back up towards the heart. So that's one reason movement is super important. If you're a person who's getting edema in your legs, you've got poor circulation in your feet are cold, you really, really, really got to get yourself moving some more, because those cold feet are not allowing proper circulation. Toenail fungus is a circulation issue. Fungal in your between your toes and stuff like that, circulation issue. Yeah. It's your body saying, hey, I need more fresh blood down here. Can you please help me out? So that's one important reason to move. Another really important reason to move is we're talking about that muscle contraction. Well, you've got a lymph system in your body, and what the lymph is, it's this clear fluid that is loaded with immune cells that your body literally attacks an immune challenge that comes in, or a pathogen of some sort, and it bundles it up and it takes it into the lymphatic system, where then it gets worked on and neutralized, and then it's sent back into the blood where it can get circulated out. That lymph system does not have a pump. So if you're having a health issue, if you're sluggish, if you're fighting off different infections, if you just can't quite get things cleaning, your system cleaned out, and you're not moving at all, then you need to get yourself moving to help circulate that lymph fluid and help flush out all that gunk that's in there. Yeah? Fibromyalgia actually, from my experience, is gunk getting stuck in your muscles. Again, because they're not getting contracted, the toxins build up in those muscles and they create inflammation and pain. So movement is super important. Now, if you're a person who has fibromyalgia or you're a person who isn't feeling well, you may not be able to get up and run a marathon, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about movement. So from where you are to where you need to be, baby steps, yeah? I don't care if you lie on the floor and go like this with your arms and legs. That's circulating your lymph fluid. And if that's all you can do at this point, then that's better than nothing, yeah? So get yourself moving so that lymph fluid gets, those muscles squeeze those vessels and move that fluid in and around in the body. Yeah. Another super important thing that movement does, particularly movements that are stretching, is they squeeze and squish our cells and cause the toxins in our cells to be released, which then allows fresh blood into the cells. So it actually helps with the detoxification system. So super important to be moving for that reason. Twisting causes our organs to kind of get compressed, breaks up any little plaque that can build up, like in the gallbladder. You can gallstones because the bile sits in there too long and builds up, and then it solidifies. But if you're moving, you're literally squishing and breaking that up. When we're doing cardiovascular, likewise, we're breathing and our diaphragm is going up and down, and it's stretching and pushing on the heart and pushing on the walls and the arteries that supply the heart and breaking off that plaque as well. I really prefer exercise that has non-linear movement for that reason, so that we're breaking up those calcifications rather than only doing linear movement that is causing a lot of pressure in the arterial system and pushing that blood against the walls and pushing all that sediment against the walls. And then I believe that really plays a big role in why we get the plaque buildup. Lack of exercise, but over exercising in a linear fashion when we've got really gunked up blood also does that. So I love exercise that's like dance, yoga. Yoga, you're going upside down, you're doing your lymphatic system. You're putting pressure on your arms, building bone strength in your arms. You do mild impact, building bone strength in your legs. So that brings us to the next reason we need to move, is that bones respond to need. So if a bone needs to be stronger because it's being succussed, then those bones will get stronger unless there's something blocking them from doing so. But if you never put any impact on your bones, then there's no reason for them to build and get stronger. I was just actually reading something that said that in the last 100 years, in general, bones have gotten less and less dense in humans because we're not utilizing them so much, right? We're not moving in the same way. We're not hoisting things. We're not on those farms, doing that rigorous routine. So we need to circulate the blood to our brain. We want to clean out, you want to support the venous system to return that blood back to the heart. We want to clean out the toxins out of our muscles and our organs. We want to clean out our lymph system, right? And one other thing that's super important is the sweating aspect of exercise, is that your skin is one of the major elimination organs in the body. So you eliminate through your skin. Now, if your liver isn't working well, your bowels are gunked up, and your urinary system is gunked up, you're not eliminating through those systems well, then you might get acne and things like that on the skin because the body's trying to get the toxins out. So sweating, that mild sweating helps the toxins get out of the body. So you got so many reasons now why movement is so important. And so what you want to do in your day is you don't want to just sit there all day and get up for lunch. You want to get up several times. And you can even, oops, there you go, you lost me. See, you can get up and get down. You could do something called horse dance, where you're actually, I'm standing right now with my legs engaged. There's a lot you can do to activate muscles where you're not just sitting around all day. Yeah, and then we go home, and then we eat dinner, and then we sit in front of the TV. We got a sitting epidemic happening in this country. So we need to get our bodies moving. I hope this helps you understand why movement is so important. In whatever form you're seeing this in, we will put in, there's a couple of things that I love to do for movement. There's this woman that I think her name is Adrienne. She does something called the 30-day yoga challenge. They're like 20 to 25 minute videos. My husband and I have used it when we've gotten a little too sluggish. And she is so quirky. I love her. And so you can do something like that. It doesn't have to be a big deal. You can do jumping jacks and push-ups. My husband decided that he wanted to build his pec muscles. He went from being able to do like 10 push-ups to then he was doing 100 a day. And what was so amazing was watching how it changed him, how much better he felt about himself. It took him probably 10 minutes, right? It doesn't have to be, you don't have to do a big gym thing. You just got to create a little space in your life to move around. Put on a song every day and dance like nobody's watching, because they're not. So doesn't have to be big. Start with little. If you do nothing, 10 minutes a day is better. Yeah? You do nothing, 10 minutes 3 times a day is even better. So this is Dr. Cari. If you have any questions, please, please, please reach out and get them answered, because I'm here to help you feel your best.